Buckle up. It's MKB in the house. We are back with episode 11 of Travel Disasters with my coworker, fellow Chicago native, and honestly the sweetest person I've ever met. Amanda Zoumaya DeKruiff is in the house. Before we get into that, make sure to check me out this Wednesday, August 21st. I am headlining at the Anderson Brewery at 7 p.m. I'm super excited, and I want to see all of your beautiful faces in the crowd. Also, this Sunday is the first live recording of this podcast and Mike O'Keefe's podcast, Buddy of the Groom, on Sunday, August 25th at 8 p.m. at the G-Man Tavern. Doors open at 7, $5 cover. Be there. I'm interviewing Marty DeRosa, who is headlining comedian in Chicago. He's honestly one of the coolest people I've ever met. He's great at telling stories, so you won't want to miss it. We're going to post all of the links on social media. It's Travel Disasters on literally every platform. If you have a travel disaster of your own, I want to hear it, baby. Send it to traveldisasterspodacast@gmail.com. And if you're loving this podcast, please let me know. Leave a written review. I love to read them on the air. This week's review comes from Rissa D, and it says, Mary Kate is such an enthusiastic host, and it literally shows in how her guests come off in each episode. I just want more. And don't worry, Drissa, we're giving it to you, baby girl. We'll be back every week. So tell your friends about this podcast. Tell your Uber drivers about this podcast. I'm sure they have disastrous passengers that they can totally relate to some of these stories. So I want everyone to know about these travel disasters because you are not alone. You can find this show anywhere you can find podcasts. And if you're listening on Apple Podcast in particular, give me some love, give me a subscribe, give me 5 stars. It literally takes 10 seconds. It would mean so much to me. Now, on to the good stuff. This episode takes place in the beautiful city of love. We are in Venice, Italy, with Amanda and her awesome, amazing, supportive husband, JP. They're celebrating their first year of marriage, but honestly, will their marriage survive this trip? I don't know. We're here to find out. So here we go. Baby, we're going on the trip from hell where every flight is missed. They lose your luggage and you're in the middle seat between a sumo wrestler and a screaming baby. Don't worry, I'm coming along for the ride. I'm Mary Kate Beck, and this is Travel Disasters. Look what the cat dragged in. Meow. Meow is right. We have Amanda Zoumaya DeKruiff.
Thank you for plugging in the Zoumaya there. I appreciate that.
You're married, but you didn't lose yourself.
That's me.
Yeah.
Zoomie.
Zoomie
forever.
girl. Zoomie, zoomie. Zoomie, zoomie.
Best game ever.
And you were always Zoomie, right?
Always Zoomie for ever. And then I got married, and then suddenly you have to change everything.
Ew.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, not doing that. Not for me.
Nope. Hasn't been for me yet. There's plenty of things I haven't changed yet.
I know. You're like the most single married person. I know.
I tell everybody, I'm like, call me by Zoumaya.
Yeah.
Don't, like, this is my old address, not my new. Like, I haven't even moved in my mind yet. So
you're like, he's just my lover.
Yeah.
We're not even.
We like live together, but that's it.
We just text. We don't.
I see him every single day. We like share things.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Like, that's casual.
Still Zoomie forever.
Amazing. So, Amanda Zoumaya DeKruiff, you're my coworker.
I am.
Oh my God.
I know. The cloud brought us together.
It's true. We keep rising through the cloud. So we're cloud breakers.
We are cloud breakers. I love it.
So I've really only known you for 6 months, but I feel like we clicked quite instantly.
Yeah, because we were connected.
Yeah. Well, on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mary Kate's a lion for anyone who doesn't know.
What does that mean?
It means she has 1 million connections on LinkedIn.
15,000 to be exact. If only I could get all of those followers to follow my Instagram. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
Start plugging on your work network.
Exactly. But I feel like we have very similar personalities, and that's kind of why we clicked. We come from like very similar upbringings.
Totally.
Like, I'm South Side. My parents are very blue collar, come from a small neighborhood in the city limits, and you come from a very similar background.
Literally the polar opposite. Like, not the polar opposite, but the exact opposite.
Same neighborhood, polar opposite of the city.
Exactly. I'm a North Sider. So that in itself is the different part of it, but everything is the same.
But your parents are immigrants. They're super hardworking.
Yeah.
Like, we just have very similar, like, mentalities.
Totally.
Like, we're very hardworking, very family oriented.
I love it.
Yeah.
Beverly versus Northside.
Yeah. So did you grow up in Jefferson Park technically?
No, I grew up in Albany Park.
Oh, there you go.
I moved to Jeff Park when I was like a junior in high school. But Albany Park is my baby.
Your stomping grounds.
It's my baby. That's where I grew up. I went to the local park district there my whole life. I grew up, all my schooling was in Albany Park my whole life, from preschool to high school. I always called myself a product of the Chicago public school system.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm very proud of that.
Good. I love it. So have you ever left Chicago? Jesus Christ.
No, I know. I mean, on occasion, on vacation, but I've never lived outside of the city limits. And so I'm a Chicagoan through and through.
But to be clear, you have traveled.
1,000%.
Okay, yeah. I'm like, holy shit, did I bring someone on the podcast that's never left the city? You're like,
never left Chicago.
I traveled to Rascal Village, and that was a disaster. Let me tell you.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. I went to
about
Milwaukee, never going back.
Had some cheese.
So on the scale of, I'm going to, like, Mrs. Grape in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, never left the house, agoraphobe, 600-pound life, to Mount Everest Sherpa, who basically lives on the road carrying white people's backpacks up Everest. Where do you fall?
I'm packing that backpack up Everest.
What?
I'm not taking
You're a
it.
Sherpa?
No, I'm packing the bag. So I'm not going up the mountain, but I'm packing the bag.
You're like thinking about it.
Yeah. Like, I would say that if I'm going to be in layman's terms, on a scale of 1 to 10.
You're like, in a way that I can understand.
Exactly. I would say like a 6 or a 7. I feel like I travel pretty frequently. I'd like to be a Sherpa, but I'm not quite there yet.
There you go. And how frequently is frequent for you?
For the most part, a big trip like once a year, and then small trips like
Big trip being international?
Yeah.
Nice.
Who does a big trip that's domestic?
I don't know. I think like California is pretty.
It's 5 hours. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. I'm like,
so
wow.
Too far.
That's awesome. And then like, what little cities or little trips have you been on this year?
I've been to New York 3 times. It's
I know.
So pathetic.
Too
Literally,
many.
I just
Come
cannot.
on.
I can't not go.
It is great. But switch it up, honey.
I know. It's so pathetic. And I've literally never been to any of the other East Coast states. Like, I've never been to Boston. I've never been to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Like,
you would thrive there.
Would I? Because
would I?
I feel like I thrive in New York, but I'm that person that's like, oh my God, I would totally love it here. And I get there and I'm like, the best feeling ever. But then I come back here to my house that's not a shoebox, and I'm very happy about it.
I know.
I don't know. I'm going again next weekend. So
Jesus Christ, it's a 4th time in 4 months.
I know this is a bad year to ask me about small trips. Yeah. I was in Boulder a few weeks ago.
Oh, that's right, for the wedding.
Yeah, that was fun.
That sounds
weather
so
was
fun.
shitty, but it was fun. I would go back. I set up my hopper already to go back.
Good.
And, so we'll see.
Yeah, I love that. And then what's the coolest international trip that you've ever been on?
God, coolest, I would say, is Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I would say coolest because a lot of people won't go to Dubai. And the only reason why I went to Dubai because it was a layover for my honeymoon, which was in the Seychelles, which is also kind of cool. I guess.
Oh my God.
It's like unheard of. It's like African islands in the Indian Ocean that are like little dots on the globe.
So you're getting up to Sherpa status.
Yeah, I would. Okay, sure. Okay.
So tell me about your story today. Do you have one story for us? Do you have several small stories?
I have one, and it's for one of my basic trips, which was in Italy.
Ooh.
So that's not one of my cool ones. I feel like everybody has an Italy experience. Has gone to Italy.
I studied abroad in Italy. I was there for 6 months. It's absolutely incredible. Ate pasta every single day. Exactly. I love it. So paint the picture. What year is it? How old are you? Are you single? Are you with your lover, your casual friend that you're just texting?
So funny to hear that.
Or, where are we? Where is Amanda in life?
So it was actually last year.
Oh, wow.
It was
Still fresh.
So fresh. 2018. Actually went for me and my husband's first year wedding anniversary. So we went to all of Italy for the most part. The basics. Venice, Florence, Rome, Sorrento, like the Amalfi. You're like nodding your head. You're like, yes,
because I've been all these places, but I'm like, is my version of basic Italy different from yours? But yes, no, honey, totally. You hit all the stops.
All the hot spots.
Where did you start?
Wherever the train will take me, I'm there.
Yeah.
We started in Venice, where my trip kind of took a downfall.
Oh, no.
Right at the beginning, so that was fun.
Was the flight there okay? You guys got there okay?
Oh,
Bags?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We got there fine. The flight was fine. Coming up to it, JP, who is my husband and my lover,
yes,
he wanted to buy like some stupid shit. So we were...
What does that mean?
So there's this freaking travel writer person. I forget his name. It's escaping me right now, but he does all these books. And he's also on
Nicholas
PBS.
Sparks.
No, he's on PBS. He does all this shit.
Mr. Rogers.
No, okay, close.
I don't know.
Rick Steves.
Yes,
Who is this? Rick Steves. Of course, Aaron knows. Aaron in a booth.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron, for that layup. But so Rick Steves has all these travel guides. And one of my girlfriends, her family's Italian. They go to Italy every year. And her mom was, I told her mom, like, hey, we're going to Italy this year. Like, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Where should we go? She's like, oh, get a Rick Steves book. He's got one.
Like a hardcover. Did you go to oh no, you probably ordered it on Amazon. Oh,
yeah.
I'm thinking it's like 5 years ago. I'm like, did you go to a Barnes & Noble?
Did you get the hardcover? Yeah. Nope. So ordered it on Amazon. Literally the second she told me about it, I was like on my phone. I was like, just ordered it. It's fine. Yeah. It'll be at my door tomorrow. So I ordered this Rick Steves book for Italy. And his books are like every year. So there's like a 2016 Rick Steves book. It's 2017.
He updates.
Yeah. Why? Don't know. Not sure. I think
it's the same fucking copy.
Literally, I think it's based on like, oh, if you go through this alley, you'll find this restaurant. It's supposed to be like the hidden crap. Rick has not heard of the internet, apparently.
Oh my God.
So that's like my take on it. So anyway, I ordered this Rick Steves book, and Rick has this whole planning thing on things that you should buy for your trip. So how you would prepare for your trip, what you should buy
Fanny
for
pack to protect your passports and your belongings to tuck under your purse or under your shirt.
It's literally a to-do list, like a packing list of things that you need. And so JP, this was his Bible. He was like, okay, we need
Has he traveled internationally? I hope.
Yes. But this was his first Rick Steves book. And he takes things by like, this
bless
was
his heart.
Yeah. Bless his sweet little angel heart. So Rick had suggested buying this laundry kit. Here we come, Amazon. We are literally checking off everything on this list on Amazon. Like, all right, X, Y, and Z, whatever, we need this. So he comes across this laundry kit. It's like, JP, we don't need that.
We're going to be there for 10 days.
Like, we don't need
2
that.
weeks.
He's like, yes, we do. Like, what if we run out of underwear and we got to wash our laundry? And what are we going to do with it? Or where's the detergent going to come from? Like, it's not going to come down to that.
Yeah.
Like, I am not doing my laundry on vacation.
Castaway. Yeah. Like,
literally.
we can pack enough clothes.
Like, there was a whole argument about this stupid fucking laundry kit. That is,
I love it.
in my brain forever. So he insisted on ordering it, orders it, comes in, packs it. And there was a whole
I bet it took up half his fucking suitcase, too.
It was not, okay, I'll give it to him. It wasn't that bad. It was literally like a large Ziploc bag.
Jesus.
And it had like a hanging, like a clothing
line,
rope.
a clothesline.
Yeah, clothesline. It had like a little thing of detergent. It had a couple of like hanging clips for
the laundry clips. Yeah.
And then it had like a dryer sheet or something. So it wasn't terrible, but we didn't need it.
Yeah.
And we only packed carry-ons for this trip, by the way.
Oh, gee. Well, you have to.
Yeah, because
international flights are known for losing luggage.
Exactly,
if you check it.
that.
Yeah.
And we were going
Always
like city to city in Italy. So it's like, I don't want to fucking take.
Yeah, we're flying every other day. I don't want to
suitcase.
check and wait.
Yeah.
It's such a waste of time.
Carry-ons. So that was my whole thing is like, we are packing 0.
Yeah.
And we have to bring this thing.
Roll up your underoos so you can wash them when we get there.
Like, we don't need it. Anyway, so he insisted on packing it, so he packs it. And that was like the one thing that we really used throughout this whole trip.
What? You gave him such a hard time.
And it wasn't even like we used it throughout the whole trip. We used it on the very first leg of the trip.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
In Venice.
In Venice.
So take me to Venice. What's the...
So we get to Venice. We arrive in Italy very, very late. I think our plane landed at like 10 p.m. or something. And from the airport, we have to take this like little boat ferry ride, whatever, to our hotel.
Yeah. Well, the city's on water.
Right.
It's all water. So that's a bus in Chicago.
Exactly.
You're like, this ferry. I'm like, the streets are water. So that's all you're getting.
I'm like, we took this marvelous boat.
So the bus.
Great. It must have been like 10 or 11. It was fucking dark. I just know that much. Like, we were all like trying so hard to look out this boat window to see what we could see.
Wait till the next day.
Literally nothing. I'm like pulling out my iPhone, trying to take pictures.
Put the flashlight on.
There's nothing to take pictures of, Amanda. Like, stop. So we were like the second to last stop, and we get out, and JP takes the charge. We have no idea where the fuck we're going.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's so dark.
Yes.
It's like there's also no lights. There's no traffic. There's like, it's a fucking dark city.
Right.
There's like alleys everywhere is what it is. It's like the scary, like if you were in Chicago, I'd be like, no, put me on that boat. I'm not getting out of this boat right now.
Someone walk me to my hostel or wherever you're staying.
It's too dark. So we're staying at this hotel that I found like last minute. It wasn't like a Marriott or anything like that.
They never are. Yeah.
Right?
Your
They're
expectations have to be low.
So low.
Yeah.
So we start walking, and JP pulls up his Google Maps, and I follow him, and I start getting frustrated.
Oh, yeah.
Naturally.
Getting lost is my biggest trigger.
It wasn't that we were lost. It was more along the lines that I wasn't in charge.
Oh,
or leading the way. And I was like, I have no control of over this situation right now, and I need to be ahead of it.
Yes.
So I pulled out my iPhone, and
My iPhone. Telefono.
That's we're going real Italy
here.
So I pulled out my iPhone, and I pulled up the directions on my map, and I literally grabbed my luggage and walked right in front of him.
Oh my, this is so you.
So totally. Like to a T.
Yes.
Like I feel like
I got this.
I know. I was like so frustrated. I was like, let me do it. I felt like he was going the wrong way the whole time. We also had no service. So it was like, no one is right here.
For sure.
No one is.
Jesus. It's a losing battle.
It is. And so I walk in front of him, and I keep on walking, and I fall into the canal.
Shut up. What?
Fall into the canal.
In the dark.
In the dark.
Phone in hand?
Phone in hand.
No,
luggage in hand. I was wearing a long black dress.
Oh my God.
And I literally just was walking, and when you walk into these canals, you're not like falling into like 3 feet of water. You're walking into steps that go into the water. So I was like literally knee deep. And I had pulled my luggage in with me.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
my luggage is all soaking wet. Because I don't have any of those fancy, like, hard luggages.
Right, yeah.
That just, like, nothing
it's like
gets
the
wet.
cloth.
No, fuck
it
that.
It looks like a pillowcase.
Everything was wet.
Oh my God.
I was knee deep. My whole dress was wet. And I'm just standing there just cracking up. And I look back at JP. He's, like, cracking up. And I was like,
oh, my God. Thank God.
Fucker. Like, I was so mad. But it was so funny at the same time. Because it's like, here I am standing in this nasty-ass water.
It's like hot too.
It's like, it was disgusting.
Oily,
And it was still so dark. I had no idea where the fuck I was. And so we get out of the water and find the hotel that I literally walked right past. It was awful.
That's amazing. I'm so pissed that I haven't heard the story until just now.
Okay, so I've never told you. It's so funny. So we go to the front desk, and we're like, just guess what? she just fell into the canal. The guy did not give a shit.
Yeah, he was like, I fucking see
you
this
guys
every
are
day.
dumb Americans.
Yeah.
Like, I hate you so much. Happens all the time, apparently. I don't know. He just had zero emotion, and me and JP were just like losing our shit over
Unimpressed.
And so we go to our hotel room, which is not impressive at all. And the guy was like, and this is your wonderful hotel room. You know, do you remember Tales from the Crypt on HBO? Or you remember?
I don't.
Kind of.
You guys are older than me.
Yeah. So he was like a creepy hotel man. Is how the only way I could describe him. And he was like, "This is your beautiful hotel room." And it was not. It was fucking creepy and it was disgusting.
What did it look like?
Like old. It was like wallpaper, like pink drapes. It was like
I stayed in a hotel in Venice and there was like red velvet walls.
We probably stayed at the same hotel.
I think we did because like there's only a couple of hotels that are for Americans where it's like we are catering to Americans. I bet it was the same one.
Oh my God.
The hallways are creepy as fuck. Everything is like velvet and wallpapered and like
I gotta look it up.
Dusty. I bet it was the same one.
Oh my God. I bet it was the same
so
thing.
gross.
So thank you, creepy hotel man. He probably disappeared into the night right after he closed our door. I have no idea. He must
down
have
the
been like,
shifty hallways.
He came from the canals. I
didn't even work there. I saw him crawl out of the water.
That's why he was not amused by it. I was intruding in his space. He's like, this bitch, get out of my water. But so, you know, so we get into this nasty ass room and my luggage is soaking fucking wet. And I packed so strategically. I was like, everything I'm going to wear in Venice is going to be at the top. And I literally unzipped my suitcase and everything was soaking fucking wet. First thing that we had to use on this trip, it's going to piss you off, is that motherfucking clothesline.
Yeah. Yes. And JP's just sitting there fuming like, I told you so. I told you so.
I was so mad about it. I was like, shut up. Like, this is not even funny. Like,
yes.
Because I like pull the shower curtain as far as possible just so I didn't have to use that clothesline.
You're like, I don't need this.
I don't want that. And so, but it's the first thing that we used was that stupid freaking clothesline. And everything was soaking wet.
JP, we love you. You're always looking out for us.
Always. And I just had to hang everything and my packing went to shit. Like all that time I spent packing like was awful.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so everybody was like, ew, did you wear your clothes after you fell into the canal after they were so... Yeah.
It's all I have.
It's my first freaking day here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wash my laundry. Like, I don't give... They're like, ew, the canal is so nasty. I was like, whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. I wore everything.
You figure it out, though. Traveling is hard, and you kind of like throw standards out the window sometimes.
Dry. My skin was fine. I didn't have a flesh-eating disease.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So what happened after Venice? Like, was that the only bad thing that happened in Venice, or does it get worse from here?
No, that was literally the only bad thing that happened in Venice. Oh, I did get very sunsick like the next day in Venice from just walking.
Yeah, it's bright there because the water reflects the sun. The buildings are all white. It's beautiful. But yeah, you have to wear sunscreen.
And you walk a lot.
Yeah.
And you walk so much. I literally was walking like 25,000 steps. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I literally stopped JP and I was like, I need to lay.
Yes.
And it was literally just like a concrete floor, like in the middle of nowhere. I was like, and I just like laid.
Yes.
He's like, are you okay? Do we need to go? I'm like, no.
You need to like chill out.
Maybe it was the canal water getting to me. I don't know. But I like literally almost passed out that next day. I was like, I just need to lay. It's the walking and the heat. But ironically enough, like still my favorite city in Italy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so
I loved
great.
it. I thought it was
Did you guys
like
go to the
awesome.
Guggenheim or anything? Or did you see?
No, we didn't do anything.
But it's just so romantic there. It's really nice.
It was so nice. The food was so good. We did the traditional gondola ride. Like, whatever.
Did you get a little mask? That's their thing there, the masks.
No, we didn't. We didn't buy any. It was our first stop. And
how was the rest of the trip?
It was great. We actually met a couple that was on their honeymoon in Florence, and we totally bombarded their entire honeymoon. Like literally, like we spent every night with them in Florence. We followed them to Sorrento. We're like, hey bitches, we're here. We like hung out with them in Sorrento. So, and we actually met up with they're actually from Philly.
What?
And so we've kept in touch with them.
Wow.
And we were in New York in April. they met us out in New York City.
That's so sweet. So you didn't bombard them. They would totally ghost you if you did.
We're
so don't
friends.
feel bad about
We're friends.
it.
We're like Instagram friends and everything.
That's
we
so
text each other.
great.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
And sometimes when you're traveling with one other person, and I noticed this when I was traveling with one of my best friends, it's like you kind of run out of things to talk about.
1,000.
So it's like when you bump into people that are similar to you, we found other Americans when we were in Amsterdam. We're like, "What's up?" And
you're like, be my friend, please.
Yes, we're like, "I'm so excited to talk to you. How's your trip going?" And like, because I just can't. I can't talk to my best friend anymore. I love her so much. We're best friends to this day. But it's like
to a certain extent, you're like, I'm over it.
I gotta.
Oh yeah,
talk to someone new. I need to talk to another woman. I need to talk to another man. Like
I totally get.
So I get it. And they were probably grateful that you came in. They're probably like, thank God, another couple.
I know.
To like,
and literally how we met them is like they were eating Burger King while we were waiting for this wine tour, and we're like,
Look
hey
at
guys, are you American?
You're like, we love Burger King.
Best fries. But that happened to us in the Seychelles. Like in the Seychelles, like it's so removed from the States. Like there were literally 0 Americans. And we were at our pool one day, and there was this couple that was speaking English, and I literally looked at JP, and I was like, oh my God.
Go to them.
Like, they're American. I swam up to them. I was like, hey, guys.
Because it's like a homesickness thing, I think, too. It's like, oh my God, you guys understand like where we're coming from. And,
But at the same time, I was like, over it. I was like, we've been together for like 7 days.
Like, we live together. I love you so much, but like I see you every day. I can't sit across the table. I need another meal with you.
I know. We literally invited them to dinner that night. It was like, do you guys want dinner? Do you guys want to get drinks? Like, they were probably like, these fucking swingers.
Probably. We're not trying to fuck you. We just need someone to break up the conversation.
Exactly. It's so funny.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Well, do you have any trips coming up?
Yeah, we're going to Greece in September.
Amazing.
We'll see.
What cities? Just one city, several?
So we're going to, the plan, and I say plan because the first leg of the trip is not totally locked and loaded yet, but Santorini for sure.
Beautiful.
And tentative Naxos. And so we're going with a large group, which I'm really nervous about.
Wow.
So initially,
how large is large?
Like 14 people.
Holy shit, Amanda.
Right. So I didn't know
I don't know that many people.
I don't know. I only know like 4 of those 14 people.
Just latch onto them.
Yeah, I am. Well,
I already am.
Yep. The plan is to not plan anything with any of them. And if I see them at the hotel, great. But we're doing a yacht cruise with all of us, which is great.
And between 14 people, it'll be $10
so
each.
it's like, I'm on a yacht, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be fun, but I think we're just going to do our own thing and with our immediate friends too. So we didn't know all these people were going. They kind of all like piled on as the trip was being planned, and like word of mouth was passing. And at one point,
it's like, oh, there's a room at the same resort that everyone else is staying in. Let's just go.
At one point, flights to Athens were like $500, and all these like people jumped on it. And I was
their
like,
economy. Shout out, everyone go to Greece. Their economy is low. Tickets are cheap.
Yeah, they just dropped to like $500 again.
Yeah,
set your hoppers.
I know.
Big fan of Hopper.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah,
is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, I was telling Mary Kate, I'm like, plugging is so weird because I don't have like a public social media site. But if I were to plug anything, I would say listen to these Democrats and what they have to say so you can be educated about your vote. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the debates last night were absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So pay attention.
Yes.
That's my plug.
Educate yourself before you put in your ballot.
Yeah, throw shade, then vote.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks
Have so much fun in Greece.
Thank you. I'll bring you something. Bye.
Oh, please do. Bye.